You're on day 10. This is what I've learned after 10 days, 75 hard. This is the 10th day. And day 10, I'm realizing that consistency compounds. Consistency compounds. Um, and as you're compounding the consistency muscle, it's allowing you to make a decision. It's giving you the opportunity to make a decision. You can either retreat and go back to the old version of you, or you can remember why you started and continue through the finish line. It's that midway point, right when you have to make a decision. You have to decide. And if you're like the average person, which I know you're not, but if you are the average person, then this is your time. Here's your pass. Here is your opportunity to retreat. You have the permission to pack up your bags and walk into the sad, disgusting, old version of yourself that you wasn't proud of. That every time you look in the mirror, you don't recognize that person. You have permission to go back to that person. This is if that's you, this is your opportunity to crawl back and hide to that person that you're looking to become, that you knew that God built you to become. You can continue to hide. This is your opportunity to do that. But if you're like the person that I believe you are, and you want to stop hiding, and you want to become the version that you were meant to be, if you want to start living your purpose on purpose, for your purpose, you want to discover the purpose that you was created to become, you want to discover your people that you were designed to help, if you want to you want to find the thing that you really truly deserve in life, this is your opportunity. This is where we separate, those that just talk about it to those that be about it. So they say it only takes 21 days to make a habit, or to change a habit, to build a habit, to get rid of a habit. But here's something that you probably didn't know about habits, is that your habits, they don't disappear. You just replace them. You replace habits with new habits. So you have to destroy the old version of you, or the old habit that you've been doing, that produces the results that you have today, that show up in your life. You have to destroy that. You have to destroy that cycle, that vibration, that hypnotic rhythm of an individual, the hypnotic rhythm of a pattern. You have to destroy that pattern. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting that result. But here's the cool thing about that, is that when you do that, it only takes 21 days. We're on day 10. You're halfway there. You're halfway there to be building a new habit of doing something hard. Most people don't do anything hard in life. That's why they don't get anything that they want. They're so unwilling to do the hard things. Everybody just want the easy button. They just want the easy button. Well, everything you're going to do that's going to be significant in life is going to start off being hard, long before it gets easy. But if you're willing to endure, the consistency compounds and it gets easier over time. And that's what day 10 represents. This is the identity shift. This is what I'm learning. Like, this is the separation. The identity shifts right now. You're no longer him, or you're no longer her. You're no longer the person that's hiding. There's a story in the Bible where Gideon was hiding, um, and he was afraid, and he didn't consider himself, and where God used him to, uh, God used him, and he was like this. I'm the smallest person in my family. I'm nobody, and this was the things that he was saying about himself. He said, "I'm nobody. I'm not a man of valor. Like, I'm the smallest of my people." And that might be you. You might have talked to yourself like that before. I know I've talked about myself, like, I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough, not fit enough. Like I had all those talks, and that's that doubt that's in your head. That's that enemy. But just like Gideon, God used him to be a leader of 300 people to take down a nation. And that's what I want you to understand about once you get into day 10 and any journey you're facing, something shifts. And it happens like that. It just happens. It's a shift. It's like a switch. It just, you turn that switch on of your identity. And at that moment, you can either crawl back to that person in hiding, and guess what? Nobody will ever notice you. But if you can allow yourself to push through that resistance, to continue to push through, something shifts on the inside. And that's when you become the person you was designed to be. And then, and only then, the new opportunities that you were looking for, they start to show up. Like, I'm gonna tell you a couple of stories that has already happened from some of the peers that are in our group. So some of the peers in our group had mentioned today that there was this lady in our group today, and she said she's so proud of herself because she was at work last night, and instead, some peers at her job was like, "Hey, did you see XYZ, whatever it was, on Facebook or social media about whoever?" Right? I don't know the person or anything, but it was gossip. But and she said normally she would know exactly what they're talking about, but for this particular particular day, she had not the slightest idea. And I'm like, well, why? Why didn't you? What changed? She said I had to read my book. Like, and when I would normally be at work, I would be, in my downtime, I'll be scrolling on social media, catching up on the good news, so I can be aware of what's happening. She said, but she had to work yesterday, and she picked up an extra shift. She just didn't have the time because she replaced the time that she would normally be surfing the internet reading her book, because she felt like she wouldn't have time to read her book when she got home after work, and she was tired. So, and she definitely wasn't supposed to be reading her book at her job either, but instead of being on the phone, she decided to read. But she said how proud she was that that would have never been the case. She would have known the gossip, she wouldn't have been reading, but she was proud of herself that she replaced, reading with gossip. And there was another person in our group, and they was like, it's been hard, it's getting harder, but it's also getting easier. And they said, man, even though my feet hurt and my body is sore, I have more energy now, and I'm excited. And something like that helped me like understand what I'm trying to tell you right now is that's the identity shift. You have the opportunity to retreat, and nobody will care because it wasn't meant for you to be unlocking that level anyway. But some of you are already ready and being meant to unlock a new version of yourself that you were called to be. And this is the most important part, is that there's people on the other side of that version of you that you're looking to become in the next 75 days of doing something difficult. It's a whole bunch of people that is waiting for you to become the person so you can help them. They need you to pull through, because if you don't, they will never get the help. They will never get what they accomplished, and you'll be the reason why they didn't make it. Don't do that to them, because it's your responsibility to become the version of yourself. You got to pull yourself through. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Just do it now. Defeat the 3 enemies. If you don't remember the 3 enemies, it's doubt, delay, and distractions. Hey, how you doing? All my live people, my people, my people. Thanks for joining on a journey. So make sure you defeat those 3 enemies: doubt, delay, and distractions. Those enemies will keep you stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. You don't deserve that. You deserve more, better, and I love to see you become that version. And comment in the chat or on the comments, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay of this video. and type in who is the person that you're looking to become? Who is the person of after you do something hard, the new habit that you need to break? Who are going to be the people that you want to serve? That's a question that I think we should ask more often is who are you willing to serve? Not so much as like what's my calling, but if you think about it in any industry, as a service provider, we're all service providers, we're all servants. And if you're not willing to serve people, um, then you're really not going to be significant in this world. But that's what we're here for. We're here to serve. So ask yourself, who am I willing to serve, and how am I going to serve them? When you think about that, you get the unlock, because we'll do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. It's just human nature. So as you're going through this journey, stop looking for the easy button, do the hard thing, and then allow yourself to break the consistency button, the consistency muscle. Because once you do, consistency compounds and you unlock the next level, which is the big momentum. Until next time, I'll see you at the top.